What's up everyone, welcome back to FM Scout. I'm Tooka Jobs, and in today's Wonderkid video we're going to be taking a look at a Colombian 17-year-old talent who racks up quite a few assists in his career. Right then, welcome back guys. So before we continue with the video, make sure to subscribe, hit that like and comment as well if you've actually got this player or have had him before. And if you've got time after that, go in the links, and the link to my channel, my YouTube channel, will be in there, so go and support me there as well. It's Tooka Jobs. So yeah, obviously the player that we're talking about, the 17-year-old Colombian, is, if I'm pronouncing this right, is it Asprilla? Hopefully it is. Great player. Already looks a top talent. Decent crossing, dribbling's very good as well. Nice passing, technique, vision. And he can play in quite a few varied positions as well. Left, right, centre. And he's got a little bit of Noah in the middle of the park as well. But you can't actually get him in the first season. So if you do want this guy in the first season, you can't. Unless you're Watford. Alright, because he's obviously got a pre-agreement with Watford. And he's joining them in January. But we did wait until the end of the first season, and I did put an offer in with Manchester United, and I managed to get it for 8 million with no other clauses or bonuses or anything like that. But you could probably get that a little bit lower if you're willing to obviously offer him money over a certain amount of time and all the other clauses as well. So yeah, it's not bad. All right, so about 8-ish million this guy costs, and he has a potential ability. If you don't want to know, guys, all right, close your ears, shut your ears. Cover your ears. He's got a potential ability of 170. So if he reaches that potential, then he becomes a pretty tasty player, basically. So with all Wonderkid videos, guys, obviously I'll be going through the first 2 years. We'll take a look at him, see how he's adapted to the Premier League. Because obviously when we do these, we pull it up to the max potential that they can be, which is 170. Put them in a decent club, all right? We don't put them on a good tactic. The tactic that I'm going to be putting them in is a standard preset ticker-tacker style that comes with the game. The only thing I changed was Asprilla going in this position as an attacking inverted winger. He looks like he could have the attributes for a few. Winger, inside forward, all right, but I'm going to choose him as an inverted winger because when you actually go on him as a player, that is the only position where he has 1.5 stars. So that's what we'll train him as, that's what we'll adapt him as and play him as. So yeah, and then obviously we'll go and have a look at him when he's in his prime, 26, 27 years old. And then we'll go all the way to the end of his career, see what he actually managed to rack up at Manchester United, the assists, the goals, any individual awards as well. And yeah, give you a good idea of how good this player could potentially be for your club if you decide to get him. Right then, the first season is over, guys. As you can see, Man U didn't win the league, all right, but they did come second, and we can't see Asprilla anywhere there on the top 3 player stats. You wouldn't expect him to. He's 17, still young. His attributes aren't actually that great for a team like Man U in the Premier League, but it's the best way to obviously develop and let him naturally develop with them whilst he's being played, all right? Because we've got to play him, we've got to showcase him. So of course he's going to play every game if he can, if he don't get injured. I haven't taken any injuries off or anything like that. So we might still get injured in his career. But yeah, obviously to showcase him the best we can, we do set him up where he's got the corners. We set him up where he's got the free kicks as well. As a winger, as a creative attacking winger, you kind of want him picking up all of those extra numbers just so we can... This is what he is potentially capable of if you choose to do so. Alright, that kind of situation. But if we go to the tactics, obviously, Asprilla locked into that position. It's already been a year. Alright, and here he is after just 1 season. Obviously, the first touches are going up, the finishing, the dribbling, the crossings already going up to 15. We are training him as an inverted winger, so he is going to be focusing on those areas to improve. Acceleration, agility, his physical's going up a little bit. Not massively great at the minute, but he is only 18 still. Mentals, they're not great, but again, they go up with age. But not too bad. All right, in his first season, it was 4 goals, 10 assists, 5 and 11 in all competitions. Can't moan, really. All right, I know there's better players out there. Realistically, you'll probably bring him in for a few games, but not for a whole season. If you are obviously using him in a massive top team, for a team like Watford, all right, yeah, you might not get a game in the first season and just be in the unders. But again, we're here to try and showcase the best possible future for this guy. But apart from that, I think he's had a decent season. No caps for Colombia yet. Already worth 30 million to 38 million, 26k a week. Obviously, there's a future prospect, but it's going to look good. I think it's going to be very, very good indeed. Hasn't picked up any more player traits, but we will obviously develop and give him player traits over the course of his career, because that's what you would do. Right? If you've got a certain player, you might want to give him some extra traits whilst you're training him for your club. But so far, looking pretty good after just 1 year. Right then, now we are in the year 2025. All right, it's been a couple of seasons. Asprilla is now 21 years old, so he's just starting to get to the point now where his attributes are showing what he will be specialising in. And as you can see there, agility is fantastic. All right, 17. Vision is already 17 as well. Dribbling and crossing also stand out there, being green, 16 and 17. Other attributes are all increasing pretty nicely as well. Physicals, all right, acceleration and pace are going up. 15 is becoming pretty handy. And on his player traits, look, moves ball to the left foot before dribble attempt. Obviously, his strongest foot is the left foot, and that might be the reason why that has happened. But yeah, apart from that, he's had a pretty decent season so far. Obviously, 13 goals, 19 assists in all competitions. If we go to his history and have a look at his last couple of seasons, obviously we've seen his first season, but after that he did 8 and 6, which wasn't fantastic. Played a 6.88, but overall it was 13 goals and 9 assists. And then in the 23-24 season, you can see here in the league, he got 12 goals and 9 assists and 14 and 11 in all competitions. But he is improving. All right, he is improving, and is definitely getting a little bit better when it comes to assists now. Obviously, the latest season being the shower right there with 15 and 19 overall. But yeah, all right, he's looking very good. You can see where his attributes are increasing nicely. First touch, finishing's going up as well, because we are individually training them on certain areas. All right, this is how we see, well, this is how I see him. All right, it's going to be a creator, but can get in the box. Because he already started with the finishing that was half decent, you might want to develop that a little bit more. So when he does cut in, inverted wingers do cut in, they do find spaces, they do get into attacking areas, and you want to be able to actually get the ball in the back of the net if the chance does come to him. So we have increased his training on his finishing as well as his other ones when it comes to the inverted winger. But yeah, player looks insane, and hopefully he'll continue and have a fantastic career. Now the next part I'm going to show you is when he's going to be in his prime. All right, so that's when his potential ability has been met. He is playing with an ability of 170, and then we can have a look at how he's done, how he looks, and yeah. What's up there, guys? It's the year 2030 now, and Asprilla is now 26 years old. He is working at his potential 170, and this is what that looks like. All right, he is currently worth 95 to 104 million. He is a star player at Manchester United, 205k per week. And yeah, is looking pretty tasty on that right-hand side. Now, we was talking, obviously, amongst the chat, amongst ourselves, looking at his attributes, and on that right-hand side, all right, barring his, I would say, free kick taken and corners, is very Beckham-esque. Fantastic crossing. 19 crossing, guys. Dribbling's decent as well, 18. First touch is pretty quick as well. Obviously, something I don't think Beckham was he? He wasn't very quick. But acceleration, agility and pace, 16 and 17. His other physical attributes never increased massively after that. They were the only parts that were focused on. But mentals, all right, the important ones are there. The important ones are there for the inverted wing-back position. Composure, 18. Decisions, 17. Off the ball, 16. Vision, 18. So with vision 18, passing 16, and crossing 19, the dude is going to know where to find you. He is going to definitely know where to find you. Work rate is 16 as well. So he's not lazy. He is not lazy. If you have a look at his player traits, he actually starts with moves into channels and comes deep to get ball. So sometimes when you have those wingers or those attacking players and you feel like they're not really in the game because they're too far forward, they're not getting there. At least, you know, this guy's going to drop back, going to hopefully get on the ball a lot more and cause a lot more problems. But he also tries killer balls often. Obviously, with 18 vision, why not? Why not let him have that trait? And everywhere else is looking absolutely fantastic. 31 caps. now for Colombia. All right, 5 goals for them. And yeah, hopefully they're playing him in a roughly similar position. But he could probably go in other areas. I know he can play on the left. He's very strong with his left foot, so winger support on the left, always crossing it in. Inverted winger on the right, obviously cutting in with his left foot, crossing in that way, and being a danger on the attacking sense as well. But yeah, is obviously an absolute beast on that right hand side, in my opinion, and you'll see why when we have a look at all of his numbers. All right, so career stats. All right, so we actually finished on the 25-26 season. All right, so 8 and 13 assists there. 26-27 season, 9 goals, 18. It was 14 goals and 25 overall, though, if you look down here in all competitions. But he's getting better and better and better. All right, 27-28 season, 13 goals, 18 assists just in the league, but it was 21 and 24. After that, 23 goals, 34 assists in all comps. And then after that, 21 goals and 44 assists in all comps. He's just progressively getting better with his attributes and his numbers as well. So, yeah, the dude is insane. If we have a look at his training, development. All right, so let's go to his, is it tactics? Progress, there we go. So attributes, all time. Let's have a look. There we go. So you can see the numbers that are growing over the whole time he has been at Manchester United, so since he was 17 years old. All right, so his corners going up by 3, crossing, dribbling going up 4 and 5 there. The biggest things that have changed, technique gone up by 5, is composure. Composure went up 9. 9. He's just... All right then. All right. We did work on it in his training. Don't get me wrong. I did keep coming back and changing his individual training to focus on other areas, things that I think needed improving that would turn him into a better player. But that's what you would do anyway. All right. If you had a player in you, you'll think, right then, he doesn't need that extra bit of finishing. Let's focus on his composure. Don't need his composure. Let's focus on his speed. So on, so forth. Anticipation went up as well by 9. Bravery by 3, but it's still only 9, pretty low. But yeah, all the other areas are alright. Vision, work rate went up by 2. It's physicals that didn't go up massively, but stamina 4, agility 4. The other areas 2s, 3s as well. But yeah, very, very good player indeed, progressing very nicely and in all the right areas. Alright, in all the right areas. Alright, now the next picture or part of the video you're going to see is his whole career. All right, we retired him. Well, we didn't retire him, but we stopped at 36 years old. That's pretty much the max that he's ever going to play. You're probably going to be dropping him sooner than that if he was actually in your saving UR, because at the end of the day, you're going to get a player that's better than him. When he is 36, you're going to find a 24-year-old who's going to be insane. But we just like to give him his chance, give him his glory, give him his big numbers, let him have a full, fruitful career, and potentially show you what this guy can give you if you give him the chance. Right then, here he is, 36 years old, coming to the end of his career, but he looks mint. All right, minus the physicals, because the physicals are always going to go down. But the good thing is about getting older is other attributes go up. He's not playing at 170 anymore. But physical numbers actually increase the ability points by quite a lot. So when they start going down and other attributes start going up, he sometimes can look amazing. And look at that, crossing, 20, composure, 20, anticipation, 18, decisions, flair, off the ball, vision, work rate is still 16. The dude will still run for you if he can, for as long as he can. Because it's just the player he is. All right, he likes to switch the ball to the wide areas now. Obviously, it's something else adapted to his game. Model professional, which is always nice to see. Now, hopefully, you do start the game and he is a really good version of this player because he can vary. All right, he won't always be 170. Could go down to 140, 150, 160. But hopefully, you do get this version of him because he has had a career to be jealous of, guys. All right, so even though he is mainly on the assists, he has still racked up 199 goals for Manchester United. All right, 694 games, 199 goals for him. But that's not the impressive number, is it? but we'll take a look at that a little bit later on. So 65 caps in the end for Colombia, 21 goals. I actually thought it would have been more caps than that. He's wanted by PSG. He's wanted by PSG at 36. All right then. First, let's have a look at his individual or solo awards. All right, so you can see here then, Club World Championship top scorer, 3rd place, European Champions Cup midfielder of the season on 6 occasions, English Footballer of the Year on 10 occasions, 10 seasons. He was the best player in England, all right, in the Premier League. Club World Championship best player, 3rd place, World Footballer of the Year, runner-up. Oh no, he got runner-up. Now for a winger who is more about creating, not really about scoring, obviously when you've got the likes of Mbappe, Haaland, Moukoko coming up with him, all right, it's going to be very hard to win that player of the year, the World Player of the Year. But to come runner-up is pretty decent for who he is and what position he plays in. He's also got the World Golden Ball runner-up twice, all right, World Player of the Year runner-up, Best Player in Europe runner-up twice, the Goal 50 runner-up on 3 occasions. So yeah, is doing all right. All right, if we go to the English Players Player of the Year on 10 occasions, you can see them all here. So in the first time we won it was the 28-29 season. All right, he is right here. Look, he actually had 38 appearances, 14 goals, 23 assists, and then so on and so forth. 13 goals, 40 assists, played in 8.18, 10 and 31. 15 and 21, 8 and 21, 13 and 30, 10 and 22, 11 and 26. It just goes on and on and on, and he's incredible. All right, so if we have a look at his full numbers, Asprilla right here, go to his history, career stats. Now, I've been looking at all these here. His best season was the 30-31 season. You can see right here, 13 goals and 40 assists. Just in the league. Just in the league. Overall, it was 21 goals, 59 assists. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, it does help the fact that I've got him on free kicks. I've got him on corners. But even having him on those positions on a tactic that isn't a broken tactic, all right, it's just a preset tick-a-tacker with a normal corner routine, no cheating corner routines or anything like that. It's literally all I did, set him on corners, and I just changed it to near post. I didn't change anything else, and it's still racking up those numbers. So it tells you what kind of player that he is, tells you what he can do on the pitch. They played really, really well. And like I said, he scored a lot of goals, right? Nearly 200, probably over if you count all the cup competitions as well. But when it comes to assists, we added up all of his numbers. And not just these numbers from the league, but all his numbers from the cups, from the Champions League, so on. And he managed to rack up 602 assists in his whole career. Oh yeah. Not bad numbers at all. So guys, look, he is insane. All right, if you're going to be Watford, try and keep hold of him if you can. If you're not going to be Watford, he doesn't cost a lot of money after the first season to actually pick up. If you've been him before, or had him before, should have been him. If you've had him before, then let us know in the comments. How did it actually turn out for you? Did you give him the chance for a full career? And hopefully he was absolutely insane for you. And yeah, all right, Yasser Asprilla, guys. The absolute assist king when it came to this simulation and this showcase of the Wonderkid Superstar. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, everyone. All right, remember to go into the description as well and check out my channel. The links are in there. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this player. If you're going to get him, good luck. And hope to see you again in the future, guys. All right, I'm Tooka Jobs. This is FM Scout. See you later. Bye.